All right, I am trying to go live on all platforms right now because I think this is necessary. It needs to be heard. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes for everybody to get in here, but this is a little bit of a guerrilla rant around a story I was told yesterday by one of my friends, and I'm not gonna put any names into it, but I'm gonna get angry. I'm gonna get angry here for a little bit. So I'm going live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram right now. So if you're wondering how I'm doing that, so I'm on Instagram on my phone. I am on YouTube and Facebook through StreamYard on my computer. So just kind of like letting you guys know how I go about doing that. Um, it's fun. Like it's cool going live. I've been told that my guerrilla rants tend to get some really good feedback and engagement. And so today's guerrilla rant is going to be around competition is necessary and parents need to get the fuck out of children's athletics, children's sports for a number of reasons. So I'm gonna give it another minute, get some people on here. I don't know how long this is going to go for. I don't know how long I'm going to go off on this, but this was a really this story got me heated yesterday. And so I'm gonna go deep on why I think parents are ruining child athletics. And I think it's beyond that, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. You can ask questions if you want. I'll do my best to try to pay attention. I'm going to do the best I can to try to pour into you guys today. But so I'm going to give a little background on the story. So we, in our neighborhood, we live right by the park. There's like soccer fields and baseball fields and all kinds of stuff. And we've lived here, I don't know, in this specific townhouse for like 3 years, in the neighborhood for like almost 10. But one of my good friends decided he and she, so it's a married couple, husband and wife, they're going to coach their daughter's soccer team. And let's put this in perspective. This is not a travel team. This is not a let's get recruited team. This is a 4-year-old co-ed volunteer soccer environment, right? So the county has sports. They volunteered to be coaches. They both have a soccer background. They decide they're going to coach their daughter's 4-year-old soccer team. Well, last week, one of the league officials came up to my friend, the husband, and was basically coming at him saying, hey, your team's getting a little chippy. Okay, we're going to need to calm it down a little bit. You guys are getting a little chippy. And I'm like, listen, going like, this is a joke, right? This is a parent or something. No, this is an independent league official coming to this 4-year-old fucking co-ed soccer game with volunteer coaches, not a parent, not a person, not somebody involved, and has a fucking opinion about how they're coaching the team. Not that they're doing a bad job, not that the kids aren't having fun, not that they're not learning good lessons, but they're getting a little chippy. And I'm like, put 34-year-olds into any environment in the world, and they're not going to be able to keep their hands off each other. They're going to wrestle, they're going to fight, they're going to push. And if like that's just normal, like that's every 4-year-old in the world does that. But this is where the story gets really, really interesting. So, guy leaves, my friend is like, hey man, like we're coaching the game, like just go away. Like we're doing the best we can, just go away. And so later that night, my friend gets a phone call from the league director. And for over 35 minutes, this dude is laying into him about his coaching techniques and the way that his kids are operating and how this is unacceptable and yada, yada, yada. This is four-year-olds. These are fucking 4-year-olds. And this grown-ass man is calling my friend to reprimand him on the way his team is operating on the field. Like, give me a break. But I'm like sitting there. And in my mind, I'm listening to this story. And I'm like, well, how did we get here? How did we get here in youth athletics where a league director is basically spending 30 to 40 minutes of a volunteer's night to reprimand him on their team's on-field play? Fucking 4-year-olds. If you don't have a 3 or 4-year-old, let me tell you, good luck. It's not possible to stop them from doing what you don't want them to do. It's just that's a 4-year-old. That's how they operate. And in my mind, I'm sitting there going like, how did we get here? How does this happen? How does this adult spending their time reprimanding this parent who's volunteering their time? And what really struck me is it's probably What probably happened, and the real problem in this scenario is there's probably some mother somewhere that called up to that county office and said, that team is being aggressive. My daughter came home and she was being pushed around and bullied on that field. What are you going to do about it? County director of sports athletics, what are you going to do about it? And it's like, first off, fucking raise your own kids. Like, teach them that competition is real. Teach them that, like, it's not going to be easy. Teach them that people are going to push you around, because that's fucking real. But how does, like, and this is like the scenario that came in my head. Like, I don't know if this is true or not, but realistically, that county director is putting his foot down because some loudmouth woman or man, parent, I'm not going to say woman, parent, doesn't know how to raise their own kids, doesn't know how to have adult conversations, doesn't know how to approach conflict, doesn't know how to come to a resolution, doesn't know how to communicate to get a desired outcome. So let me drop my bullshit on your plate so that you can go do your job, director, county director of sports athletics. And so let's take the dude, my friend, who's a skilled athlete, college soccer player, wife, college soccer player, who are pouring into these kids and helping them. They kicked him out of the fucking league. They said, you can't coach here anymore because you're not willing to apologize. You're not willing to apologize. And I'm like, some psycho bitch who can't raise their own kids, can't stand up for themselves, can't teach their kids to stand up for themselves, calls the counselor. What are you going to do about this? Because my kid's not going to get pushed around like that. And it's like, I don't understand. I don't understand how we got here. I don't understand how so many, because like when I grew up, my parents didn't come on the field to defend me. My dad was the all-star coach. My dad cut me. I remember this. Like, I was in Little League. I wasn't good enough. My dad cut me and said, you want to make it next year? We're going to have to practice harder. That was he didn't go to the coaches and be like, yo, my son needs to be on this team. No. Competition is necessary. There's not a single person who's accomplished anything in life who did not have to compete aggressively to get it. There's not a single person in life who has not needed to fight, claw, cry, bleed, sweat, go above and beyond and overcome the challenges of life to get what they wanted. No one anywhere, and every single parent who fucking helicopters in and to save their kids from any type of struggle. Why are my kid, why? What are you doing? And I'm very confident right now that there's very few people in my audience that are operating this way. So I'm challenging you to step up to the plate and teach your fucking kids to compete. Teach them it's okay to fail. Teach them it's okay to get better. Teach them it's okay to improve. But like, you're going to get beat. You're going to get hurt. Somebody's going to come after you. Somebody's going to try to take your lunch money. Someone's going to try to take your job. Someone's going to try to take your customers. Someone's going to try to take your employees. Someone's going to try to beat you. So you better be ready to fucking compete. All right, I build champions, whether that's through the shoes we provide through Champion Shoes to underprivileged children, or the coaching we do with business owners and employees. It doesn't matter. I teach people how to compete because it takes a lot. It takes an edge. It takes an approach that most people will never have. So the more you do it and the more you push into it and the more you teach kids and people and employees and friends and everybody, it's not supposed to be easy. You're supposed to get better. Not, let me go make it easier for you. Let me go avoid and help you just to be distracted from all the fucking competition out there, because there's somebody out there right now trying to take your lunch money. What are you going to do about it? You're going to call somebody? You're going to call your boss and be like, so-and-so is being mean to me and they're taking my clients and my commission's wrong and I don't know. Because if you're a business owner, there's no one to fucking call. If you're trying to do something on your own and you're trying to do something great, you're going to be independently stuck surviving. I don't care how many friends you have. Like, I got some really good friends. I got my goon squad. I got my family. I got my wife. Like, my kids are going to be there. I have a great support system, but I am still alone competing for what it is I said I want for me. I'm doing it. And to watch my friend who's passionate about helping kids get pushed out of a league because some director in an office somewhere got a call from some bitch. I'm just calling it a bitch. If it's a man or a woman, doesn't matter. It's a bitch. because they're complaining because their kids are getting pushed around a little bit. These kids are getting a little chippy. They're 4 fucking years old. Like, they're barely even know how to chase the fucking ball, but they're getting chippy. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. It's hard. Life is hard. Competing is hard. Accomplishing things is hard. Winning is hard. It's supposed to be. There's only one champion at the end of the season for a reason. It's hard. You can do everything right and still lose. It's hard. We have to stand up as individuals who are interested in being champions, who are interested in being a part of that 1%, who are interested in accomplishing more than anybody thought we could. I need to be that person. I got to pour into everybody around me that it's okay to compete. It's okay to be aggressive. It's okay to win. And when you lose, it's okay to get better. It's okay to try harder. It's okay to get angry. It's okay to be disappointed, because that means you're growing. That means you're getting better. What I don't want you to do, and if you're doing it right now, stop. Stop diving in to save your kids. Stop diving in to pick them up every time they fall. Stop diving in every time they're upset or they say something or they whine and give in to them. My kids, since they were 2 years old, if they wanted something, they had to use a full sentence. If they fell down, they had to pick themselves up. If they wanted something, they had to go get it. Since they were 2, both of them, I had a rule. You want something from me, you have to use a complete sentence. Daddy, will you get me, please? Not, I want to, no, it's not going to work. I need a complete sentence. The minute you tell me, the minute you use a complete sentence, I'll give it to you. Both my kids, 6 and 3 right now, are very good at asking for what they want. Most adults can't even tell me what they want, but my 6 and 3-year-old can. In articulated full sentences with purpose and reason behind it. How are you preparing the people around you? How are you preparing your audience? How are you setting up for success? How are you making it so that your entire team, and by team, I mean audience, everybody you're influencing right now, how are you setting them up to win? I am sick and tired of watching parents come in and destroy their kids before they even have a chance to learn what competition is all about. Because those are the ones in college right now saying, why am I not getting a better job? Those are the people in the world right now who are saying, I deserve more money. Those are people in the world right now saying, I don't want to work that hard. That's not how winning happens. For anybody ever. This is going to fire me up for the rest of my life. I have absolutely no problem. I got 2 rules when it comes to this. You do not baby my children, and you do not bully my children. Those are 2 rules. If I see it happen by anybody, they're corrected immediately. I will cuss a 10-year-old out on that fucking playground if they're bullying, not just my kids, any kids. I have 0 tolerance for bullying, absolutely 0 tolerance. I have 0 tolerance for baby talk to my children. They are perfectly capable of taking care of themselves. And yes, it's going to be hard. And yes, they have to learn how to do it out. My 6-year-old, it took him 2 years, but that dude can make scrambled eggs now from scratch. He can get the eggs out, get the bowl out. He can crack them. He can whisk them. He can turn the oven on. He can put the butter in. He can put the eggs in. He can turn them. He can get his plate and put it on his plate. I know adults can't cook food for themselves. You're not going to baby my kids, and you're not going to bully them. I don't let anybody, I have a 0 tolerance for bullying anywhere. But my opinion is, the reason this director is because he got bullied by some person that wants to be behind the scenes, not actually stand up for what they believe in, dumped it on his fucking plate, and he had to kick my friend out of the fucking league because his 4-year-olds were being a little chippy on the fucking soccer field. There's also a second side to this. There's a dichotomy to this. That's also your competition. That person who's not willing to compete, that person that's not willing to get uncomfortable, the person that's not willing to do what's necessary. But you want to keep making excuses for yourself on why you can't win. Stop. Because people like me are going to keep winning. There's not an obstacle that's going to stop me. There's not a pain point that's going to slow me down. There's nothing that's going to stop me from becoming the championship version of me and my life and my family and the things I want and the way I want them. I'm going to get there. It does not matter how much blood, sweat, tears, struggle, challenges stop me. It's not going to hold me back. I'm going to give that to my kids. That's going to be the greatest fucking gift I give my children, is the ability and understanding to compete against them, to compete against the yesterday version of themselves, to understand that if you truly want something, you can have it, but you're going to have to fight for it. And everybody, and I mean everybody, is going to try to stop you. So you better get chippy. You better get willing to get a little bit ugly. You better get willing to fight. You better get willing to get bruised up. You better get willing to get dirty, because that's what it takes to win. I've said this for years, and I'm going to end on this. And this is my opinion. If you disagree, that's fine. Nobody ever wins a championship with a clean jersey. No one ever wins a championship with a clean jersey. You better go fucking earn it, because if you don't, somebody's coming to take it from you. I guarantee it.